hurts to see a kid come into prison to see their father or mother, and they allowed a minute or 2 minutes just to kiss for hello and one the goodbye. But the rest of the time, they can't sit on their daddy's leg. We do a radio show, my wife and I, and we had 3 young girls on it, 8, 9, and 10. And one girl said all she wanted was to sit on her daddy's lap.
When Lorton closed, me and Eyone was in, we were sent to Youngstown, Ohio, in a private prison, and we were in the same block.
As Karim just said, I had those same similar feelings, but just to add a little bit uniqueness to it from my perspective, I went to jail at 16, and I had a life sentence, although we had intermittent, we had life sentences with 2 numbers. So I had 15 to life, that means I could have got out in 15 years, although I did 17.
Because you want to get rid of all this pain and this hurt, so we need to treat people as human beings. That's the bottom line.
Once I went to the libraries in Fairfax and I explained what I was looking for, the librarian wrote me a folder. And the folder was probably like this thick, but it had tons of information in it. So she was like, "Is this what you want?" So I looked at it, I was like, "Well, yeah, that's perfect." She said, "Well, I have like 20 more of those folders for you."
It's a blessing. The worst thing ever happened to me, and to all of us, is a blessing in disguise. I got a life sentence. I was sent to the sane asylum for 3 years. I was paralyzed and solitary. My mother died, father died. The girl I was messing with ran off and married the police. And I was just twisted. I was messed up. So I started playing crazy. When I came back from the crazy house and went to the prison where nobody talked to me, because they said Roach was in left field, so I started putting tape all over my head, all over my clothes, putting my clothes on backwards, and when I did that, I was free. I could go all over the prison without a pass. Then nobody asked me, "Where you going and do you belong in?" "Oh, that's Roach, leave him alone." And I could go anywhere I want. I was free by being crazy. And I found out that sometimes being different is a plus. And we were able to convert that into taking that pain and stuff and putting the play on and getting out and helping other folks. And I'm glad that we're here. But I want you to support these brothers. They're younger than me. When I went in, Abraham Lincoln was the president.
My name is Scioscia, and I am the president and CEO of the Workhouse Arts Foundation, which runs the Workhouse Arts Center, which is where you are here tonight. And we are very honored and privileged to be able to show this film this evening. And we're just excited that you're here to be a part of this, I think, monumental opportunity to see what it was like prior to becoming an art center. And I'm told, I've been with the art center for about almost 2 years now, but I'm told that this is the largest reuse experience of turning a prison into an art center. We have 55 acres on campus and 26 buildings, and we now practice art in all of the buildings. So please enjoy the film tonight, enjoy the speakers after the film, and come back and see this as an art center when you have the opportunity.
Damn, Lorton, getting it in.
I'm pleased to introduce our director of the Lucy Burns Museum, Crooks, and she'll tell you a little bit more about tonight. But thank you again for coming.
Thank you, everybody. I'm super excited for tonight to offer this film screening to you guys and to follow up with Karim, Mowatt, the director, and our co-producers, Eyone Williams and Roach Brown.
Jobs that were Lorton back in the time when I was in, the cannery, the hog farm, the broom shop, and I had a job in the broom shop, and I got a certificate as a master broom maker. And I went home in the street and everybody had a vacuum cleaner. So I couldn't get a job. So a lot of the jobs are you're trained for jobs that don't exist. If they do exist, you can't get on. And in California, they got a thing where they let guys out to fight the fires from prison. And they fight the fires for 10 years. Then when they get parole or get released, they apply for a job at the forestry services and they can't get hired because they got a criminal record.
I think one of the main things they need is actually to have therapists in these prisons.
Yeah.
They need to have psychologists in these prisons to help people.
Yeah.
They need to have, they need to bring back the college programs because they lost a lot of that because of the funding. So you got guys going to prison and they're coming out worse than when they went in because they have no real opportunities, right?
I'm sorry, my name is Byron Kittrell, and I worked at DC Department of Corrections for 31 years. I retired in 08. I started in 1983. And I was minding my business at MGM, and this young man came to me 3 times. I kept turning him down. I said, no, I don't want to do that because I'm doing other things. But this group here, this team here did an outstanding job. Even though the family of my Department of Corrections went through a whole lot too during that time, because I've been in 17 riots and other things that we went through. It was hard, it was difficult, but we still had a family at home, still had a family down Lorton. And thank the Lord that we made it through. You know, it was rough at times. And I'm surprised we are still here, but it was really rough. But these guys here, outstanding job of what they did.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
So when I came home first, I bought a camera and I said, I'm gonna start making films, but I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna just figure it out. And we got this great thing called YouTube. So I just stayed on YouTube every day and just learned how to use a digital camera, learn how to edit, learn how to do graphics, learn how to do editing, everything you name it. I just learned how to do it from watching YouTube.
We tell everybody that high ex-prisoners coming out. He went a step further. He started hiring prisoners within the Department of Corrections. So you tell people to go create a job or find a job. The prisoners need to start hiring. We need to be judges, hires as prosecutors, hires as bikers. We can do anything anybody else can do. We ain't no different. We just got caught. Some of y'all haven't been caught yet.
But nevertheless, when I first approached the prison from the outside, you know, I had dual memories. I had memories of a child when I didn't understand why my father was there, and we caught the bus from DC all the way down 95 to Lorton. So I remember some of those days when I was really ignorant to the facts of what the criminal justice system was about and what it did. And then I also had a number of different type of emotions and memories when I came, and I remember my point of time when I was in Lorton, because to be honest, it was almost like, you know, in a funny sense, it was an accomplishment. Not an accomplishment that I went to prison, but it was an accomplishment that I had survived prison, and I didn't come out totally corrupted or totally institutionalized or even insane. So as I walked through the cell at the prison tier, as he said, when we was all together by myself, in my own head, I was like, damn, I'm blessed. You know, a lot of us ain't even walk out of this place. So that's what I would add to that question.